Something I've realized recently is that no matter how early I think I'm going to be for a sunrise, I'm always like feeling super rushed and on the back foot when the color actually happens. Even if I'm like an hour early at the spot before the sun comes up, I always just feel a little bit panicked when stuff starts to happen. And today's no different. So we're about 10 minutes from the sunrise at the moment. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. We've had some glow already, a lot of pastely purple and orange kind of colors happening. But I think that's probably going to be about the gist of it today. Whoa! I did check the cloud forecast last night. We were meant to be due for a huge bank of high cloud, which would have been perfect to get some sort of reverse sunrise color. But I've rocked up today and it's not here, so either I misread the forecast or things have changed. I'll probably go with the first option for that one, I think. We're getting some pretty heavy waves hitting the rocks here, so just trying to be mindful of that and not being cleaned up. I'm more worried about my camera than I am myself. Whoa. I think it'll be fun. Whoa, okay. So what I'm trying to do is capture stuff like that. So a bit of energy and power today in this one, but I want to partner that with some more relaxed, kind of smooth movement as well in the same shot if I can. So it's just about sort of getting that shutter speed right where I can capture some blur in the big movement like this, but also get some more gentle stuff down in my foreground, which is tricky, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that all in one shot, but we'll give it a go. It's just a matter of timing of the water where I can get some receding water down in my foreground at the time a wave comes and hits the big rocks further out. So to do that at the moment, whoop, I'm looking at a shutter speed of like 1 second and under or so. As you can see, the color's not too crazy. The sunrise is happening in a second here, so we should get some golden light pretty soon. The benefit of this kind of foreground though, with deep black rocks and the bright white water, is any color we do get is sort of exaggerated a little bit more against kind of the flat color scheme of black and white. So even if the color is pretty minimal, it does sort of pop a little bit more against this kind of foreground. Well, it wasn't as bad. All right, I think from over here I should be in less danger of getting soaked again. I guess at this point, who cares though, because I'm already, I think my head even got wet back there. That high cloud is coming in a bit and sort of cascading over us right now. So I'm just gonna see if I can find a shot or two here using the edge of the coast leading us up towards that sunrise. So it's actually turned out to be an awesome sunrise. I'm soaked and shivering, but that's okay because it's kind of worth it now. I've thrown on a 6-stop ND filter just to be able to slow my shutter down a little bit more as the light comes out. So doing shutters about 2 seconds now. Being a 6-stop, it's a little bit darker than I'd like. Ideally a 3-stop would be great. So to accommodate for that, I've just put my ISO up to about 500, which won't be noticeable or anything in the final shot, noise-wise, which lets me get 2 seconds at f11. And 2 seconds at the moment is perfect because I'm getting a lot of movement in the water. I'm blurring that out, but also not blowing out my sky. I've been a little bit lost for motivation lately. And I think that's been a big part of why I've been into shooting film so much the last few months. As you would have noticed if you've watched previous videos, I haven't done a lot of digital photos, especially stuff like this. But I think this morning I'm really feeling reinvigorated by doing this kind of work because it's really feels like back to basics for me. When I was 18, 19 and I first started shooting proper landscapes, literally at this beach would be what I do and get super soaked like I have this morning. I used to be wearing jeans and just normal boots, not gum boots or anything, and just walk into the water waist deep and get soaked and not care and just sort of have fun. I think I've lost that a little bit lately. I think in theory, this kind of work always feels repetitive in the beforehand, the idea of setting your alarm and getting up and coming to a beach you've been to dozens of times. But then once you're here, things just feel good and you feel creative, you get that spark. I didn't really feel like getting up this morning. I woke up feeling all like congested and just kind of groggy, tired, didn't really want to come out. But once you're out here and the sky goes off, all that kind of goes out the window. Yeah, I don't really have any grand point to that, just thought I'd share that I'm having a nice morning. Whoa, that's a loose rock. So I can see just in here, I think I've shot this actual situation before, but this little stream here in the water is really cool. Because as the water recedes out, you get a really distinct channel of water pushing out into the scene. So I'm going to shoot this horizontal. So the sun's getting pretty harsh now, so we're probably going to be approaching our last few shots of the day, I think. So I'm just going to switch back to a vertical comp. It's getting really golden in my eyes right now, so... Oh! Once you're already wet, it's like, who cares, you know? So just going for one more comp, and then I really want to take these gumboots off, so I'm going to go home. Horizontal composition, I've just got a lot of cool foreground and a cool background. I only thing I'm kind of watching for, I'm using a super wide angle lens, 16mm. So with a big horizon like that on a horizontal shot, probably going to get some warping, but that's something I can just fix up later. 2 seconds again, F11. And we're just going to wait for a wave. Well, I'm soaked. The battery on this camera is dying. And I've had enough talking to you, so I'm going to pack it up and head home, I think. As always, thanks for joining me on this one. If you're rejoining me from last year when I was doing this a lot, or if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys very soon. That's it. Goodbye. Should probably end this a bit better, shouldn't I?